Hello everyone. Today we are going to be reviewing the Hornby Railroad Range Class 40. This is also known as the English Electric Type 4. Now, this locomotive was built by the English Electric Company between 1958 and 1962. 200 locomotives were built between that time period. Now, the British Railway only ordered 10 to begin with, and as they were proved to be more successful with passenger duties, they were continued to be built. Now, this was quite a new style of locomotive at the time. This was introduced right as the British Rail modernization plan was becoming into service. So, now this locomotive was mainly used as a passenger locomotive. So, on to the model. This one is only produced by the Hornby Railroad Range in the BR blue livery with the smaller British Rail logo on each cab side. But now this is a one Coco one wheel arrangement. The one is on the smaller wheel on each side of the bogie, and then the Coco is the 3 axles on the inner side of each bogie. Now, Hornby, for this railroad model, they have still done a really nice job in producing this model. Now, most of these Hornby Railroad Range models are based off of early Lima designs. And when Lima was bought out by Hornby, they used some of these older designs for their railroad range locomotives. Now, it also comes with a plastic card in the middle. And as you can see, it comes in the regular style Hornby polystyrene packaging. There's 2 holes at the back, and just pop it through. But since this is not incredibly fragile or detailed, I think this is alright packaging for this type of locomotive. As you can see here, there is some nicely molded detail, including lights on the front, cab doors, cab windows, grills along the side here for air intakes, also exhaust and cooling fans on the top. These are the exhaust ports right here and here. And I still think the livery is really spot on for this type of locomotive. It's a nice flat texture, and hasn't chipped or anything like that, which is always nice. And the livery is really nice. Also, 200 of these locomotives were built between that time period, ranging from number D200 to D399. And this is number D40-152. So this is class 40, and this is D152. So also there's some detail of these panels on the side here, and more windows with actual cab glass glazed. And this one is the version with the fuel tank. Now, Bachmann branch line also offers the class 40 with the fuel tanks or without. Personally, I like it with the fuel tanks, and there is some molded detail on the wheel trucks. So, it's a very nice locomotive. Let's see how she runs. Alright guys, so now we're going to be getting to the portion of the performance of this locomotive. Now, this has been ran a lot, but I figured you guys would want to see it run. Now, there have been a few small problems with this locomotive in terms of conductivity and even strength sometimes. Obviously, wouldn't match the conductivity of a steam locomotive with a tender, but has about the same electrical conductivity as one of the Hornby steam shunters or diesel shunters. But it's still alright. it has it looks really good with a rake of coaches, and having this being a passenger locomotive, it's got a rake of coaches behind it. Another thing that's good about it is it's not noisy at all. It can barely hear it, so here we go. And you'll notice that sometimes it hesitates on pieces of the track that either haven't been cleaned in a while or just don't have that much conductivity, and that's kind of a problem. Alright, so one thing that I had thought of to fix this was probably to be going in onto the underside of the locomotive, probably even opening it up, and if you notice there's some electrical wipers on some of the wheels, but some of them don't, because actually some of them don't have powered axles. And if you notice here, this one rolls freely, while these two do not. And that's because this axle is unpowered along with these three on this truck as well, which is kind of a problem because that means that only these two axles right here get conductivity, which can be a kind of a big problem. However, these two wheels on each side of the bogie do get conductivity, but unfortunately that is not as much help as I thought it would be, because it continues to stall on points and things like that. However, it's a very nice locomotive. Looks very nice with coaches behind it, and I just thought the livery was nice. Very nice price for what you get. So if you're a Class 40 fan and your bank is low, I definitely recommend this.